Got a beautiful sunrise today. Loaded up with all the gear. Let's go. Alright guys, I'm going to show y'all how to make your own custom sight tape. So if you can see in there, if you see there, you see my blue little sticky note? That is what I use to make my own sight tape. So we're going to rip this off because it's off now and make a new one. So let's go ahead and take this off and dial in our 20-yard pin. So to do this, I got sticky note, scissors, and a pencil. So pretty much what you're going to want to do first is cut the sticky part of the sticky note off and then slap it on your sight just like a normal sight tape, except it'll obviously be blank. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I cut my little strip of sticky note right there. And then we'll just stick it right on the sight. Alright, well, I cut that too thin, so I'll make it a little bit wider. Alright, made one a little wider. See if we can get this one in there. Alright, so you see how I stuck that in there, and then just kind of trim it to make it fit right. So now that sight tape is actually stuck really good on there. And now you have free range to put any yardage you want on there. So first things first, we're gonna get our 20-yard pin. I always just move my sight. So I always slide it all the way up as high as it'll go. So that way, you know, all the way up is always gonna be 20 yards. So then when you're finding your 20-yard pin, there's other adjustments here you can make to dial that in. And then once that's dialed in, it's super easy because you can kind of just guess and check. So I'll go 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and just kind of move the sight down each time I go. And honestly, you'd be surprised at how good you could guess it. But basically, when you find your yardage, all you're gonna do is just draw with a pencil or a pen a little line on your note, and that'll be your pin. You can write little numbers in if you want. I usually write like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever, just to kind of help me see what the distance is. But that's really the easiest way to do a sight tape, and I think it's way easier than having to dial in, you know, one of those pre-made sight tapes. So I'd say the only thing that kind of sucks with this is if you were hunting, you know, in maybe a downpour, that might get wet. But I hunted like this all year last year and never had a problem with it. Let's see if we can't get a 20-yard pin dialed real quick. It's a little high. It's a little high again. I'm just gonna shoot one more because I already know this is shooting high. Left to right looks okay. Okay, decent grouping. They're definitely all just about 3 inches high, 4 inches high maybe. So let's go adjust that. What we're gonna do, just gonna adjust this part right here. Not moving the slider or anything, it's just the actual sight that I'll move. Felt better. Felt good. Those should be pretty close. Those are a lot better. I still think it's like an inch high. Look good. Felt good. Jerked it. Pause. It's really hard to tell if your left and right is just like barely off at 20 yards, just because you're so close. So I think I'm gonna call that my 20, adjust left to right when I get out to 30. So yeah, that's my 20-yard pin right there. Go ahead and mark it on the little sticky note. All right, so now I'm gonna try to get a 30-yard pin. So all I'm gonna do is just slide it down just a little bit and just guess, honestly. I mean, I barely just moved it down to right there. And then, you know, if you're low or high, you just adjust and then mark it again. All right, 30 yards. Couldn't tell. I had a bug flying in my eyeball while I was trying to shoot that. All right, let's go see. Well, never mind. My low shot was low, and that shot is dead center. Let's try it again. See if we get the same result. Felt decent. That was a bad shot. Felt okay there. Let's go check. Okay. Not as bad as I was thinking. This shot I knew I pulled it. But these aren't bad at 30. So the thing with sighting your bow in is that not every shot is going to be a perfect shot. And so you just have to shoot a ton of arrows to really dial it in. I could probably call that my 30 right now, but I'm going to shoot it one more time just to be absolutely sure. That one felt good. Yeah, let's go see. I mean, pretty dang good to me. If anything, it's just a hair left, but I have a feeling that's me and not the bow. All right, so that was a pretty good group at 30. So I'm gonna call that my 30 pin. Now you kind of see what I mean by you'd be surprised at how good you can guess on that sight tape. And that's gonna be 30, just like that. So now we're at 40. So we're just gonna slide it down again. About the same increment that I did from 20 to 30. I'll go 30 to 40. So let's see. It's a guess and check game. That one felt a little better. I don't know. I can't tell. After shooting 20 yards for like a month or two, it's 40 yards feels like a mile away. Okay, so I was way left on most of those shots. but only one of those shots really felt like it broke away good. So I'm gonna try it again. Sometimes I'll miss left and left, farther and farther. And so that tells me that that's a me thing. So I'm really trying to base the yardage off good breaks off the shot, which is hard to do. So it just takes practice and takes drawing the bow back a million times to get it perfect. We're gonna try 40 again. The up and down was good. I'm just left. God, that's still left. Okay, that felt like a good shot and it went left. So I think my sight is off a little bit. Okay, so still a little left, so I am gonna make a little adjustment on the sight now, because some of those shots actually felt really good and they were left. So all right, I moved it a little bit, so we'll see. And then I'm gonna shoot it at 20 again to make sure it's still on and it's really not me. It's another way you can kind of double check it. Move it at 40, go check it at 20 again, just to make sure you're not pulling it. That felt good. That one felt pretty good. Felt good, maybe just a little low. Felt pretty good. That was low right, I think. Those two were a little high, and I think those were the ones that felt good, so definitely is not left anymore. All right, so we got 20, 30, 40 yard pins down. I think I'm gonna call it there because I'm starting to get tired, starting to shake down range. That's when you kind of know you're done. But anyways, that's how I make my own custom sight tape. So we got deer season coming up soon, so y'all definitely stay tuned for some more videos. And if y'all want to make your own custom sight tape, give it a try. I think it's worth it. It's pretty easy to do, honestly. That's all I got for today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.